Okay, this is Jolie here for Seconds Out. 25th of September 2021, we saw Oleksandr Usyk come to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and steal those belts off of Anthony Joshua. This time around, Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. It's revenge. August the 20th, not long to go now. I'm going to be talking through how Anthony Joshua can get this done. We've seen them fight before. Usyk's never been in a rematch as to Joshua, who obviously has with Andy Ruiz, also in Saudi Arabia. But this one is all the more exciting. This is more exciting than the first fight for me with Oleksandr Usyk, and it's more exciting than the second or either of the fights with Andy Ruiz, because you're looking at an Olympic gold medalists on both corners, in the same Olympics, London 2012 as well. Fierce competitors. Both have a lot on the line. Usyk's country he's fighting for, quite literally. And Anthony Joshua, he's fighting for his legacy here. So I'm going to start with the first point, the mental aspect of it. There's been little bits of talk here and there. AJ's not in the right mind frame going into the second fight, but you can see with the content on Seconds Out, we've spoke to him a couple of times now. He's okay. He's going to be just fine. He's got a new man in Robert Garcia. He's going to be present on the night. And he's not given Oleksandr Usyk a God complex. That's the most important thing. We see fighters when they go in there with the likes of Canelo. They've lost before they've even stepped into that ring because they're aware of who Canelo is, what he's done, the wins he's got under his belt, his resume. That's not what you do when you're fighting someone. That's what you do as a fan when you're sitting on the sofa, an armchair fan, something I'm doing right now. I can predict all this stuff. AJ's got to go in there and do it. So having the right mind frame is the most important thing. Number two, he's got to be prepared to take those shots early. If he's going to come out as the aggressor, as we're seeing, Eddie Hearns mentioned, he thinks it should be done in 6. If that's the case, be prepared to take some shots early. We don't know how much Usyk's going to be weighing in at. All the talk is that he's going to be heavier. And if that's the case, he's going to be able to take some shots, but he's also going to be trying to land some of his own. And for that, AJ's going to have to be prepared to take some if he wants to get him out of there early. Number 3, make sure you're not going to your corner after the first 2 rounds down. They're the rounds you need more than any other in the fight. Have the better start. Of course, 12 rounds should not be in AJ's mindset. I'm going to talk a bit about that, whether it should go the distance, who that favours in a moment. But that is the simplest thing. If you're 2 rounds down and you're trying to knock him out, yeah, you can catch him with one shot. But Usyk's then going to have the confidence to just repeat what he did in the first fight. That's no good for AJ once Usyk's got his confidence up. Usyk needs to be afraid after those first 2 rounds. Number 4 has been talked about a lot now. Coach, how many should you have? Robert McCracken's obviously left the team. Robert Garcia's come in. Angel Fernandez is also there, though. So make sure you have one voice in the corner would be the 4th one. One thing I will say, and I saw AJ say this, is Angel Fernandez chose Robert Garcia as the man from America when AJ went searching, because they have to get along with each other. You can't have 3 voices who think opposite things. From what you hear and what we're seeing in the build-up to fights as well, I've interviewed both of them a couple of times now since they've been Team AJ or Robert Garcia since he's joined, and they both work together. So it's not a case of you're going to be hearing different things. It's going to be one voice in that corner, which is incredibly important, the most important thing you could say. Yeah, another one, Bellew landed a right hand midway through the 4th round in their fight. It clipped Usyk. Usyk is clippable. He can be wobbled. If AJ does the same thing, he comes out aggressive, the same thing will happen. This is at heavyweight now. Usyk hasn't really felt a heavyweight power. On his best day, Anthony Joshua will knock anyone out. He's knocked out Vladimir Klitschko, one of the best heavyweights of a generation of all time. He has that power to stop Usyk. And Usyk's been stumbled before. He's been wobbled before. He's obviously undefeated in the pros, but he's been knocked down. He was knocked down by Beterbiev with a body shot in the amateurs. Body shots, mixing that up as well, because he can be hit to the body that can be kind of vulnerable. Early on in his career, it was a bit more vulnerable, but make sure you're mixing up those shots. And come out the gate fast. Last of all, just don't think about that final bell. George Grove mentioned to me in an interview, act like it's a 6-round fight. Eddie Hearns said to me as well, he's going to stop him inside 6. So you know what that means. If it goes past 8, 9, 10, he's going to be tired. If he's coming for the stoppage within 6, just forget about the fight after that. Don't even think about the final bell. That will be my last message to him. Not that he's going to listen to me. He's got a great team, but that is so important for him. If it goes to the judges and AJ's won the first 6, he's going to be so exhausted because he's tried to knock him out. At least that's how we think he's going to come into this fight. That, for me, if it goes all the whole way, there's one winner. And I could say that before the fight happens. I hope for AJ's sake, for the country's sake, I want AJ to win this, but this is how I think he can. Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe. There's so much content coming from Saudi Arabia, coming from Jeddah. Thank you.